We will call this meeting to order. Regular city council meeting, City of Dalhart, Monday, March 8th, 2024. First item on the agenda is the prayer. If you would please bow your head, follow me in prayer. Lord, I thank you for allowing us to gather here tonight and make decisions for the city. Lord, I pray that you help us to make these decisions in what would be a way that you approve, Lord. I pray that you watch over and protect our first responders, Lord, and all of our city workers, Lord. I pray that you be with our citizens. Lord, I thank you for bringing Amanda Miller home. Lord, I thank you that you continue to work miracles in her body, Lord, and I pray that you just continue to give her maximum circulation in her arm, Lord. And I just pray that you watch over us, each and every one. It's in your name I pray. Amen. Please stand with me to recite the United States Texas pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one faith, under God, one and indivisible. First item on the agenda is a consent agenda consisting of minutes from the March 25th regular city council meeting and the special meeting on March 27th and 24th.
Make a motion, we approve the consent agenda.
There's one correction, on the 325. I need to change it to, where it said Dwayne abstained, he didn't abstain, he said no. So I have the correction, that's what I need.
Okay, so we need a motion to
Make a motion to approve the change of the minutes to the 25th and accept the minutes for the rest of the consent agenda.
second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item number one, public comments. Nothing. Item number two, presentation of the City of Dalhart Employee Service Awards. We have three tonight. We'll start with Leona first. You want to come up, Leona?
Like, what angle are you making reference?
On behalf of the City of Dalhart, it's my honor to present to you. It's like for 1 year of your service to the city. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. George Turner. See George. Erica Trevino. On behalf of the City of Dalhart, it's my honor to present to you this certificate for 6 years of outstanding service to the City of Dalhart. Thank you for your commitment to the city.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
We talk fast.
Yes, it does go fast. Item number three, further discussion of the presentation from Dalhart Youth Soccer Club. I just wanted to put this on the agenda. I know you guys came and spoke at the last meeting. Just for ideas, I don't know where our options are. Maybe we could look at partially funding something out of HOT or EDC. I don't know the rules to all that, but I just want to maybe look at options to see what we can do to help you guys. I don't know what it would cost to build a soccer complex, but I can't imagine that the city would be able to afford to do that as a whole. So maybe some kind of partnership with somebody or with EDC or hot tax might be an option for you guys. Any other discussion on that? Item number three.
Well, sorry.
Yeah. So coming from a position where I know a little bit of the details
of the Nash Soccer Complex in Guyman. There are a lot of ways that was funded, and I think Dalhart does set in a pretty good position where we have land. Some of their facility was gifted land. There was also grants given. So that facility, I think, was about 4.5 million, but that does not include donation grants, those kind of things. So there's certainly been a lot of things that's gone into it through the process, but we do set in a really good position where we've got some really good areas. That's something that I've visited with some other people about, like for our city of Dalhart, maybe what that would look like in the future. So, and also EDC is a really good prime financing spot. So is hot tax. It does meet at a hot tax. It meets the 2-prong test that's required. The first one is can it bring tourism? And the second one meets one of the checkoffs is it a sporting facility? So it definitely meets both of those criteria. So there's a few things there that we could look at, like it's kind of an exciting opportunity if we could make it happen for the city. Just thoughts.
Did you have anything else to add, Todd?
Just as far as area, I mean, I could think of probably maybe 2 places. I mean, I know originally, like with the Royal Center, it was supposed to be back over there by the storage units,
Exactly.
and we cleared off all of that land. The city had already cleared all that out. And so I'm just thinking that would be an amazing spot to have those fields.
Does the city own that land?
As far as I know, we do.
Yes. Yeah, that was,
No,
No,
buying the
don't.
property, take people.
Owns it still? I thought the city purchased it.
Not to my knowledge.
No?
on economic development, or are you talking about?
Where the Royal
Oh,
Center was supposed to.
Okay. Let me stand corrected. That's not the property I was thinking.
Okay.
My thoughts were out on the Lake Road. We originally had spoke with the hospital district about doing their build out there. But there is the portion behind it that also has roads, doesn't have its main infrastructure. So that's another area that is a pretty good viable position if we could put it off back in there somewhere. But there's other facilities, other areas that we have in the city. As far as, like what would be extremely beneficial, what would work for the city and what would work for the size of the complex would be the biggest issue. We would be looking at a pretty significant size.
Yeah, it's gonna have to definitely be a big area, but I think it would be worth it.
How many soccer fields do they have in Guyman?
There are 3.
3?
There's 3 with the addition of, there's an acreage there set aside that is to expand their complex. So that could be 4 or 5 fields eventually, but they recently had to turn down $350,000 because it wasn't in the budget to do the second phase. But so there is grants out there as well that can help sponsor some of that. But that was one of the things that, the money can be there. It just really depends on how we would go after it. But being in the position of being from a city, you hold a lot of weight there, being able to apply for grants and funding. So.
Or do we want to maybe put together a committee to try to further look into that? Something,
I think we should.
would you 2 be willing to serve on that?
Yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely.
Gary, would you be willing to take part in that?
Sure.
Okay.
We have more property out at the adult softball field out in that area.
Yeah.
Well, very well could be.
And Joe?
So when y'all do the committee, if y'all will come and talk to me, I have some ideas on it. That's not appropriate to say here, but I think we can work with y'all with some other things I'm working on as well. Okay.
Well, we'll do that then. I would like to appoint Gary and Ginger and Todd to that committee.
Okay.
If there's no other discussion.
If they had anything or not?
Yeah.
Pardon me?
Did the soccer board have anything else?
I don't, did you guys have any comments or discussion? Okay.
Do you want them to be part of your committee?
Yeah, I would think having them,
Yeah, maybe One of them is,
One of
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe
The
you
president.
three could
yeah.
come up with, one of them to be on it.
Yes.
I think there's somebody willing.
Somebody back there.
Yeah.
Okay. She's making eye contact. Like, yeah, that would be great if we can have somebody that would represent it.
Any other discussion on the soccer complex? Item number 4, Dalhart Volunteer Fire Department February fire report from Mario Garcia.
Howdy. Okay, so this one is the first one used in our new reporting system. That we started using this year. So I don't know if you guys got that in y'all's packet as well. The cool thing about this report is with all the incidents that are entered into it, it's an instant click of the button and you got all that information. Now, before it was a 4 to 6 hour ordeal, getting all that information together and all the math and whatnot put into it. So, this is for the month of February. We had 14 incidents in February. That also gives you the numbers for each individual firefighter on the department. You can see when some of them, we have 9 probationary members that just recently got on the last 2-3 months. So you can see their numbers as well. Total man hours for February is 587. Some of those were duplicate names, and those were some of our guinea pigs that we just started using to experiment with when we first started this program. But if you get into the breakdown of the incident categories, a detailed breakdown of incidents, total calls, we had 1 dumpster fire, 3 other types of fires. One of those includes urban interface with wildfire, wildland. And then we had 6 grass fires, motor vehicle accident, motor vehicle fires, and then a semi fire also. And did a breakdown on this, and I'll have to do, this is something I found while I was doing this report. They number each calls instead of like a 143 is a grass fire. So going through that, what's a 143? Start sounding like a big city numbers, but that's a grass fire. A 154 is the dumpster fire. A 100 is small structure fire. That was a chicken coop outside of Hartley. 131 is a car fire. The 141 is the interface wildland fire. 100, we talked about that one. And the 132 is the semi truck fire. And the 324 is a minor car accident. I'll see if the next reports I can change that up to where they're actually the wording and not the 142s and like whatever. Who's gonna remember that? And then in May, I'll bring you March and April's numbers. Once we get the fire reports done for March. Waiting on the insurance information for the big structure fire, the train semi fire, and the structure fire on the north side. So that's all I have on that fire report.
How does this help you as far as recouping some of that money that you guys spend, obviously, fuel and resources
So
help you in?
it will. So there'll be some cost recovery. So when you submit the fire report with the insurance information, this company has an internal department that will go to the insurance company. They never speak with the person, the individual from the structure fire or the car accident. And they'll go to their insurance and give them a fire report, and they'll submit them a bill for the department. So there's all of those reports from February have been submitted.
Any questions for Chief Mario? Thank you very much.
Sir.
You're on the next one too, aren't you? Item number 5, consider and or act upon the recommendation from the bid committee for the sale of 2 fire trucks.
Okay, so we did have some bids on those. With the 2 highest bids. Coming from the Sedan Volunteer Fire Department on the 1995 rescue truck. For 9,500. And for the 1988 Mack fire truck, the volunteers, the membership of the Dalhart Volunteer Fire Department made a bid of $7,000 for that. Those were the 2 highest bids.
Okay. Any discussion on the bids for the fire trucks?
Are those fairly low considering? Or is that kind of on par for equipment of that age?
They're higher, so it was the quote for each one was around 40 or 4,000 for each one. So we did good. We did really good, especially on the rescue truck. They were too old to really be a high priced item, but they weren't classic enough to be considered classic. Is in that weird range.
Look, for 30 years, it'd have been fine then, right?
Entertained motion, we accept the bids for the sale of 2 fire trucks.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, Mario.
So,
Number 6, staff update on the transfer station.
Project, I am out tomorrow, I'm going tomorrow with, Alfonso, who's the engineer, and look at it. I have not seen the transfer station yet. I've seen some reports, I've seen reports from structural engineer and also, some from, our staff. And what I like to do first is to see it, talk to the individuals, and then come back with a plan on what we need to do. It is a very expensive project we did, and we need a quality product when we get done. And that's what we need to do. And then, it should take, the last time these doors got ripped out, it was only 45 miles an hour wind. It should take up to 100 miles an hour wind before we see any damages. That was the specifications for the, and so give me a chance to go look at it, talk to the individuals and come back with a game plan on that. Okay.
Thank you.
And
Any questions or comments? Transfer station. Item number 7, discuss and or take action on the reclaimed water project.
How are y'all? So that is Adolfo with High Plains Engineer, I think. He will be here tomorrow. He did give me a time of about 9 o'clock in, so we can all go out there and look at that transfer station. The effluent, you guys already know pretty much about this stuff. We had the water contractors, which I think was West Texas Utilities, and then we had the engineer, which was Ray's Electric. Ray's Electric blamed West Texas Utilities, the pumps were bad, vice versa. While West Texas Utilities blamed Ray's Electric, the electrical was bad. The pumps got sent off, they came back good, so we're looking at the electrician. Adolfo was having problems with Ray's Electric, so he's got a different contractor to come down this week, hopefully he's saying, to see if that's the issue, get that fixed. He thinks there's a different program that needs to be in this system. Get that system put into place, get everybody on the right page, get it running, make sure it's good. If not, then we got to go to a different step. So that's where we're at right now, is getting he's got a new electrician to do the electrical part. And then we'll get the program. And hopefully that's what's going to fix everything for this system.
if not, then we go to plan B. We're looking out at other options. There are probably some people in town here that may be able to give us some help. But we're gonna have to get that working. That was a project we spent way too much money. Both projects, we gotta make sure it works. So two of the things that we're working on. Again, I also will visit that tomorrow, and I'm gonna see that plus a few other things of where we're at in the city.
Gilbert, obviously, we've got to get this working. I mean, and it's a timely manner, but if for whatever reason, we don't have it working by a few months before XIT, will the old system work at all? The water out there, or what's our option? What's our other option?
When they did that, being an effluent system coming from the wastewater plant, we have to cut off everything, all the city water, so it's not connected no more.
Okay,
So,
it's not an option.
it's not an option.
Mayor, if I may ask a question, has there been any research done of a system like Manor system that is operational that anybody knows about?
Not that I'm aware of. Do you know, Gilbert, if anybody else has the same system that's been
Not that I
researched?
know.
Not that you're aware of either.
When they put this system in, it was just kind of like hoping to get free water, I guess you could say.
Yeah,
And nutrients in it. So I mean, that was probably the whole plan, but with so much particles going through there and clogging up filters or clogging up sprinkler heads, it's just it's been a nightmare. But we were hoping that once we got all the bugs out and put in a filter system in there and drain the water every once in a while to filter that out, that it would get going good, and then we kind of get to that point and then the system goes down. So if we get the system running back up, maybe we could start seeing if this filter system is gonna work. Not clog up the sprinkler heads, not clog up any filters, and maybe it'll work. But it's just a matter of actually just getting it going. And actually being able to go out there and see, because it's effluent, so they run it at night, so nobody runs the sprinklers and gets contaminated. So if they get it going, hopefully we can get it all checked out, and if it works, and
We should also talk to the engineer and see if he's aware of anybody else in the state that has done it. And see if we can have some lessons learned or what makes their product work. Well, so someone has to have.
Somebody has to have it.
It's not a brand new idea.
No.
It's just, we just need to find the right folks, the right group that has that. So we can go ask out there. So hopefully our engineer has some leads. If not, we'll continue to go research that.
So in theory, the point is that we did not purchase a proven system when we purchased this system.
Don't know that answer.
is this the same contractor that was with the transfer station as well?
yes.
So maybe at some point, if we can't get these two projects where they need to be, the city may want to look at legal action against the contractor to try to get these things running, because both of them cost way too much money just to not do anything. But I guess we'll have more of an answer hopefully tomorrow after you guys visit with the Dalhart.
I think it's gonna take a few weeks to
Okay.
just gather all the information, talk to everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
So hopefully by next council meeting, we'll have further information on what's going on.
All right. Thank you, Gilbert.
You're welcome.
Item number 8, discuss and or take action on the intersection of New York Street and Michigan Street. Over and over and over, we're getting complaints about the condition of the roads back there in the lake that settles on that road. And so I just wanted to put it on the agenda to discuss options. I know we've talked about it before in the past, but nothing's ever been done, and we're gonna have to do something at some point. I know it's not budgeted. Maybe it's something we try to budget next year. My thought was if it's possible to close the road between the storage sheds and the hotel and just try to resurface and maintain the other road that goes through there. I don't know if we can legally do that, but it's an option we can look at.
If I may ask, I believe there is an engineering report available that what we're gonna do with the water, and that's the biggest problem, and we don't have
Yeah.
the degree,
Shut the
but
water off.
there was a engineering discussion at one point. The cost factor of getting that grade to go into Bird Lake. And that's the biggest issue. We got to figure out a way to get the water out of there. So no matter what we do, it's still going to be a flood stage if we cannot find. And I'm just, the point I'm making is I believe there is an engineering report somewhere that addressed
Okay,
that situation about the whole area of getting the water removed and what it would take to do it.
maybe at some point, Christie, if you have time, you could research that, and see what you can find. Any other discussion? Number 8. Item number 9, the city will now convene into executive session under Texas Government Code 551.074. Personnel matters to discuss the process of hiring, the timing of appointment, duties and employment of public employee or officer, i.e. city manager. Time is 6:25. City will now reconvene from executive session under Texas Government Code 551.074. Discuss personnel matters in the process of hiring, timing of appointment, duties and employment of a public employee or officer, city manager. Time is 7:03 p.m. Council has, staff has actually spent a lot of time preparing some numbers for us for some search firms.
Call 10. You need to call 10.
Say again?
Item 10.
Item 10, yeah. Item 10, discuss and or act upon if necessary matters discussed in the executive session. So again, staff has spent some time preparing a worksheet for council to search for a search firm to hire the next city manager. We were presented with 3 options, one being the SGR, who we chose last time, which is completely off the table. The other one was PRPC and the other one was Clear Career Professionals. At this time, I'd entertain a motion to accept contractual agreement with Clear Career Professionals to do our city manager search.
So go ahead. I make a motion. We accept the motion as presented by the mayor.
Okay.
Second.
By show of hands, all those in favor? All those opposed? Motion carries.
Make a motion that we adjourn.
Second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you all.